of Moonspell heavily touring in the States.
Well, hopefully it is.
While we're talking about the Blackest of the Black tour, have you decided what's going to be in your set list? Have you been talking about it, and do you know how long you're going to get to play?
Yeah, I mean, it's always short sets when it comes to for us it's quite hard because we have 9 records out, and we are looking to a 25-30 minute set. So I think we'll spend most of the summer thinking about this, because it will be very hard to do a show that has both the Moonspell classics and some new songs. So basically we'll play from Night Eternal, that's for sure, and maybe we'll just switch the set almost daily because we have so many songs. Normally we play at least 1 hour here in Europe, but I think these concerts, if you do them well and if you do them with intensity, in a way, they can be a good experience for people, and I hope that people will miss a bigger set, then we can go more often to the States.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to see that. Real quick on Night Eternal, do you have a track that stands out to you, aside from Scorpion Flower, because obviously that stands out to everybody, as you called it, the Ugly Duckling. Do you have another track, like a favorite track that just stands out to you, or is it the whole record is just a labor of love? Can you not pick one?
Well, I think this record, it's good because of, the combination of the songs. I think every song belongs there. In a way, sometimes there's albums where there is this kind of transition songs, but these songs, all of them are really, really, distinctive. But I'm really in love, especially we got the new video clip out with the title track, Night Eternal, and it's a life killer as well. So if I had to pick one, in between Shadow Sun and Night Eternal, it's a tough call, but I'll say Night Eternal right now.
All right. I would say mine, if I had to choose, I would go with Moon and Mercury.
All right, that's a good one.
That's a good song. Let's see. If somebody walked up to you and said, and they didn't know much about Moonspell, but they, started to like the sound, what would you tell them? Why should they go out and pick up Night Eternal?
That's always a tough question to answer without sounding a little bit big-headed. I don't know. I think Night Eternal, first and foremost, it's the original voice of a band. Sometimes metal gets too predictable, and sometimes people just listen to variations of the very, same sound in a way. That's why there's so many bands from these and the other style. While I think that bands such as Moonspell, even though we have influences, we are working hard to have our own style. So if people relate into bands that try hard, to have not only originality but good songs, I think Night Eternal can definitely please these seekers for originality, power, and also good songs. That's all I can say.
All right, well, that's a good answer. Now, is there anything else you want to say to the Moonspell fans or the people that maybe don't know of Moonspell yet that are listening to the podcast?
Definitely. I mean, just check us out live. Become a friend on MySpace. I know North American people are very, very much into this, and it's a wonderful mean, to get to know us as well. I mean, if you're in town, just come to one of the Blackest of the Black and stay tuned for more news on the headliner shows for Moonspell, because there will be a few. And I mean, I thank you for the support. We have a small but quite dedicated following in the States, so I'd like to salute them. And I mean, the night is eternal, and rock is eternal as well, and we'll rock the night, definitely.
And that was part 2 of the interview with Fernando of Moonspell. I hope you enjoyed the interview, and I hope you enjoyed the SPV podcast. We've got plenty more podcasts coming your way. On upcoming podcasts, expect to hear interviews with Johnny Hedlund from Unleashed, Nicholas Chappelle from Demians, and many more. And before we wrap things up on the podcast, I want to thank Fernando again for taking time out to do the interview, and remind you guys the Moonspell album, the new album, Night Eternal, is in stores now. You can get that everywhere. You can get it online as well. For more information on Moonspell, go to myspace.com/Moonspell. For more information on SPV, including Moonspell, go to myspace.com/SPVUSA. And if you're in the States, don't forget to see Moonspell as they come over here on tour this fall, part of the Blackest of the Black tour with Danzig, Dimmu Borgir, Winds of Plague, and Skeletonwitch. Then they'll head back over to Europe in December for a run with Cradle of Filth. This has been the SPV Podcast. I am Freeman, and I'll catch you next time.